Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by DrRoto.com.
Yo, everybody, it's Yo Rider. So let's get to it.
Bring the pain!
What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. Ooh, yeah. What's up, Dan? How you doing today?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, man, wild day. Not too bad. Like I said, I was just sweeping stairs, so it was just nice and calm. I was alone listening to podcasts, listening to UFC stuff all day, man. But, man, I'm ready for another episode of the Fight Club of Pain. Ooh, yeah. Woo! All right, brother, man, we're going to get into it. For everybody piling in, we're going to give it a few minutes while everybody pops in and gives it. But if you're in here right now, the Fight Club of Pain, of course, Dan and I talk about fight theory. We're choosing 3 fights this week. We'll have a feature fight. Feature fight's practically the main event. Next week, we'll be covering 5+ fights. Dan wants to go a little bit deep into that, man, because it's an exciting card next week, brother.
Oh, that's the card of the year, man. Card of the year.
Card of the decade, almost.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
The last 2 years, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, those ones when you had like Machekev and Ivalishvili all on them at the same time, it was like, wow.
Yeah, it's next week's going to be nuts.
Man. And then, as we talked about, we had already said we had a clip at the Dr. Roto on YouTube and on Bring the Pain on YouTube, blows Facebooks as well too. We're live on the X YouTube, so we are live. If you have a question about the card, ask us. We can definitely talk about that. If you just want to throw in some banter, because we like to play with that too. And matter of fact, sometimes the good banter turns into us winning some money. Yeah. It's so good. But dude, this is the first time that we've really spoke face to face since UFC 110 and the potential buyout of Isaac Dulgarian. Dude, what, from your point of view, seeing all that go down, did you go back and watch the 3 minutes of him trying to get out of that chokehold?
Yeah. And he didn't try.
No. There was plenty of opportunity where he could have slipped the hand up in there. And so give us your thoughts about that, because everybody can just go listen to my Tuesday episode if they want to hear mine.
With fight fixing, everyone knows it happens. I mean, look at every Jake Paul fight. But I mean, it's happened in boxing. It's happened in UFC. It's happened in every promotion that you could think of. And I don't think Dana White is a part of it. I think Dana White likes his position of power too much to do that.
I agree.
I do not think that he is involved at all. I as much as I don't like the guy, I think he's a pretty stand-up guy on that
horizon. I can believe it. Yeah.
But I just think it happens, man. Yeah. But football players get paid to take a dive. Same with fighters.
Yeah. I mean, we had the Michigan get slapped down by the NCAA.
Yeah.
We only had Chauncey Billups weeks ago caught in what the hell he was doing. And then, of course, you got what's that?
That was a whole bunch of people from the NBA getting smacked.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is the NBA literally had, I mean, we'll go back to the early 90s. They literally had refs tell on them, write them, that this was all scripted. People have lost money, has lost their lives. Practically, you could even say, and I'm just going to say this, you could have said that Michael Jordan's father was killed because we all know he was killed because of gambling. There's a lot of people that I know close to that was brought up on the podcast with one of the Pot of Thunder members, that he knew somebody close to that case, and that is the actual of that. And what's sad is, what if one of those fixes is what got that man killed? And that is how volatile, how serious sports gambling can be, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's it. You figured it all started with bookies and the mafia and everything else, man. So it started with those guys, and now it's the legal, cool thing to do. So
Yeah, yeah. And you know, you bring up the mafia. On Tuesday I talked about my great uncle who was practically had turned into a dirty cop, switched over. You know, no disrespect, he's still family, still blood. But at the same time, he had turned and he was told to set up the mafia at one point and they found him at another point dead.
yeah,
So that that shows right there of what how big that the mafia, and that's really what it is too. When I first got into DFS a long time ago, it was super shady. First of all, they weren't paying any taxes, and second of all, they weren't giving out any W-2s or anything like that. I-90s, nothing was going out, nothing was being recorded. Multiple sites have then wiped all of their systems, and so practically wiping their slate clean. Now
yeah.
they look pretty, but we do see the sites still pulling some bullshit though, and it goes hand. I'm not gonna say it goes hand in hand with what happened on Saturday, but there's times that the bookies or the boosters, because I also use this as a thing. There's just dark people in the background. There's just evil
Yeah.
people, and if they're not, they could be boosters like for college. All these years bringing up blue chips on Tuesday. Blue chips with Shaq and Penny Hardaway
Yep.
showed Nick Nolte's character fail, die. He finally gets that win. He's finally back to his winning ways, right? But at the end of that movie, he gets caught. And
Yep.
that is what happens, man.
I agree. I agree. I mean, it's just it's a shady business. That whole
Yeah.
that all of Vegas, the whole thing in Vegas, man. It's
Mhm.
just it's the whole thing's shady.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you know, to start the year, we had Otani's problem with we had massive bets coming from his, you know, one of his hometown cities. So then you seeing that, but that just gets swept under. Whereas when you're like a UFC fighter, UFC is a new, practically one of the newer sports, and it's just easier to take advantage of. You can't expect Dana White to literally watch all these fighters while they're flying all over the world
Yeah.
like they're children. He can't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, and he can't stop them from making bets either. So
No, no. That might be coming in the future, though, like the NFL, the MLB, how they've
yeah,
been handing suspensions down. But for right now, it's open.
yeah, I agree.
So, you know, this isn't just hold back from anybody. Again, all things can happen. You could literally, somebody could slip something into your drink and bet the fact that that pill or whatever they do, whatever they put into your drink before you go out to that fight, that could affect you, and they put that bet on you. You could have no idea this is about to happen. But what really got me was when Dulgarian kept looking at the like clock, like he
Yeah,
was looking around. He was very nonchalant. And then after and mind you, now my stance on Tuesday, of course, Dana White has released some statements since then, but my stance on Tuesday, until proven guilty, until there's proof,
yeah,
let's at least give him benefit of the doubt. But it doesn't look good because since then Dana White has come out and said some comments
yeah.
towards this, and that he said that he better not have. And so we know Dana's not in on it, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't in on it. So, and then those podcasts I brought up about him too, about the loving money and
Oh
so
yeah,
yeah, that's what I was talking about. And then there, I don't know if you saw this clip. He was on a podcast saying that when bettors win money on a sports book, that they should get a percentage of that.
oh
So
yeah. I heard him say that.
yeah, okay. Have you caught anything else from this, or anything else that maybe stuck out to you that makes you feel like there is definitely a setup on this fight?
I haven't really looked that deep into it, but I mean, everything that I read on I mean, there's been a few fights that I could look at and say, you know what, I think that something happened, or
Yeah.
that ref is getting looked into too. What's his name? Jason Herzog.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And Herzog has go on.
he's getting looked into too for multiple fights. I heard.
That's right. That's right. And the thing is that there has been some weird fights. And I'm not gonna like okay, I can't photographic memory all this stuff, and I'm not going to say, but I'm going to pull up a couple fights on this card, not saying he was the ref. But the Ketlin Vieira and Norma Dumont fight, I know Dumont kind of took over with stuff, but every time Ketlin wanted to take her down, she practically did.
Yeah.
And they gave, and I knew this is Vegas, so Vegas loves damage, and we're going to have a little damage talk later. It's going to be a little history lesson because it's going to involve a certain fighter. And she learned that, with this being Vegas, that she was able to get that win, which I didn't mind. I did pick Dumont. But at the same time, you kind of see something go some ways. So I'm not going to say that people can't buy judges.
Yeah.
But sometimes people see things differently, right?
I mean, most of the judges in the UFC, I think they're blind half the time. They like fighters will clearly win the fight, and they'll give the person that got beat up the 2 out of 3 rounds. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I'll even bring up a fight that I felt like that way about, and that was it was. What was his name? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. But I brought it up. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Jose Delgado and Wood. Now Wood, actually, as a good dude, he did not accept the penalty for Delgado. Did you see that? That was cool.
Yeah, he paid it back. He gave it back to him, the 20%.
Yeah. So I still feel like in that fight, it looked like Delgado could have did anything, and he really got bored fighting Nathaniel Wood. I saw it at the end of that fight. He's just like, do, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
And it was like he became disinterested in fighting him. And I feel that's what he lost the fight, but he became that way, complacent, if you want to say, because he was pacing him up, and he thought that, and it shows on the cards of how much damage Wood took in that fight. Yet, again, this is a damaged card, and they gave it to Wood. So there was, like, in the second round, Wood landed 5 heavy shots on him. And maybe rocked him, maybe didn't, but he saw right past that and tagged him up the rest of the fight. So to me, that's one of those situations where you can say, you see it this way, I see it that way. I don't think there's foul play.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's this one judge, and he's on every UFC card. His name's Sal D'Amato. He sees absolutely nothing, and he judges the score wrong every fight. Every fight.
He's like the 30-27 guy. He'd be like 29-28.
Yeah.
29-28, 30-26. And you're like, what?
Yeah, he gave him an 8, he gave him a 10-8 round. he lost that round.
Dude, what was it? Dude, I'm not saying this was him, but there was like a round. One of the judges gave someone a 28-26.
Yeah.
They were just like, both these guys suck.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, dude. Oh, boy. I mean, that's funny. So we'll do a quick review. Last week, 11-2, including the fix or whatnot. Me and Dan went 3-0 for the Fight Club of Pain. Now, what has been crazy is, I tracked the DFS numbers. This is the first week. Not only did we recommend everybody, literally everybody was practically under 25%. Like, we got Nascimento. Now, I think that Nascimento being added late, which at the time I did my DFS lineups, Zachary Reese was not added to his fight. He's going to be fighting Jackson McVeigh now instead of the other guy. So that being said, now Zachary Reese wasn't on there. Now I think that came, everybody was a little scared about Nascimento, and so they didn't really like trust him. So he came in, Nascimento that is, came in at 16% owned. Waldo Cortez Acosta, who we both loved last week, was 14% owned on the main slates. That's insane. Billy Elicana, 15% owned. Ketlin Vieira was 10% owned. And even the infamous Devalier was 21%. And in Devalier, as we talked about, as I was going through the parlay of pain last week, which went 3-2, I did nail the no distance on the Dulgarian fight.
You did.
I love doing this shit. So, I brought up that I liked Duvalier's chances to go the distance and at least earn enough points. Instead, he just gave us a straight up 101 or a 110, whatever it was. It was great. Loved it. And that was definitely a good sway because all my money was in Dante Johnson. They're even pulling that up. They're pulling that fight up because they're saying that he could have knocked him out. Instead, he went for the choke. But I think Dante Johnson's just that good of a fighter.
I agree. I think he could have finished it either way.
Yeah. I can't wait to see his career develop now. And he finally got rid of Cedric Dumas, which also has that tie to Zachary Reese with the nut kick in losing that entire night of DFS because I had 95% of Zachary Reese in that fight. I was able to get my revenge through Dante Johnson. So Dante Johnson, thank you. You have made us all happy, and you have eliminated Cedric Dumas from the UFC. I mean, it sucks for him though. He's trying to turn his life around. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know the guy.
Guy's a bum. The guy's a bum.
He's a bum. If you're signed by the UFC hiding in a dog cage,
you're a bum.
Yeah, you're a bum. You're a bum. You're making bad life decisions.
Yeah.
And it's most of the people, and that kind of goes back to everybody could be like, well, what about the old school, the 90s UFC people? They were just bar fighters. It's like, yeah. But nowadays there's testing. There's all these things going on. How the hell did he pass a drug test? I'm not saying he does drugs, but I'm saying he was on probation. So maybe that was the help of it.
Yeah.
But you got more? Okay. I really do hope that he does turn his life around. Maybe goes to PFL or maybe goes to one of those lesser places. Maybe he goes to bare knuckle. I don't know. I don't think he can last a bare knuckle though.
No, he'd get hit once and cry.
Yeah, and Johnson hit him a couple times, and it was dude, I can't wait to see Johnson fight again. That was too much. I just see the joke out.
I like I said, chaos. He's chaos.
Chaos. I loved it. I love that. And I want to go back and somehow. So going back to the Steve Garcia fight. Sometimes people forget how good boxing is, and how David Onama looked good, but Garcia was just walking him down like that boxer, bobbing and weaving, bro.
Yep.
Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, 9 times out of 10, if a boxer fights a wrestler, the wrestler's going to get the better of the boxer. But if the wrestler tries to box with a boxer, he will get beat up. Even karate. You do karate, but if you step into a boxing ring and just try to throw hands with a boxing style, something bad's going to happen.
And it has. It happens in practice. We've talked about it. It's the minute we get in there, it's like I've said, I go to the boxer, I go, are we kickboxing or are we boxing? And every once in a while they go boxing. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then the one boxer dude is he's 17 years old and he's 6'5". And he's like a stick. He's that small. So he's just tagging me from over here. I'm trying to walk him in like I'm freaking, Jake LaMotta. And we're saying, we're going to Jake LaMotta comment on here. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to walk him down, and all I'm getting is just look.
Yeah, he's just hitting you with that jab. Just pop, pop, pop. With his 90-inch reach because he's 6'7". I mean,
yeah, I know. And here's me over here with a 56.
Yeah.
It's but the minute they go kicking, it's a whole nother story. Because they can't move their legs the way I can. So I'm able to move around, use angles, dive in with kicks, and follow up with roundhouses. So it's again, goes back to what makes the UFC so unique and sometimes unique enough to take advantage of, as we seen last weekend. Maybe.
Yeah. But if you look at it, I hate to bring him up because I hate the guy, but Ilia Topuria is probably the best pure boxer in the UFC, and he knocks everybody out.
Yeah. Yep. Because like what we saw with Charles Oliveira, everybody saw it. Everybody can make this analysis. but Oliveira did try to strike with him.
Yeah.
We said that's a bad. When that fight went back up on the feet, I'm like, oh boy, here it comes. Oh, there it is. I couldn't even finish the sentence, oh boy, before it ended.
Yeah. And I mean, hopefully Makachev doesn't make the same mistake with JDM. Because JDM is one of the best boxers in the UFC.
Yes, and he knows how to defend takedowns. Now, Makachev's takedowns are a little different than a lot of other people's. So we're actually going to have, we're going to have practically, that's the main event. We're going to have practically a boxer versus somebody who is is a submission artist in that. But we'll get to that. But this is going to be an exciting card. It's nice that 322 didn't have to follow up that crap last week, although I did love the card. Made a lot of money on it. Going into the scam job or whatever may happen, I was 9-0. And I just wanted to see that 10-0 because I was going to take that buyout on that because 28,000 on the parlay. I'm 9 wins in.
Yeah.
I was trying to win some money. But
that's what I mean, you pulled a me. You went all in.
I did. And if I would have round robin that, I would have won 11 out of those 13 bets, and I would have won a ton of money because we took a lot of underdogs, WCA being one of those guys. So it was, a great card for us.
I agree, man. I didn't watch it because, I mean, I have YouTube TV, and they're going through some stuff with ESPN and Disney, and I don't want to deal with it. I hate UFC and ESPN right now, but but it is what it is.
We'll figure it out. Hopefully there's some other ways we can find around that. Maybe not, but we got this. So, but this card right here is completely awesome. And I know that a lot of people may not know a lot about these guys, but like we got Zachary Reese stepping in, and this just isn't a guy on short notice. This guy was ready to knock out Dumas only month ago, something like that. And here we are, we got him back. He is a good fighter. That does, now without a full camp, a lot of people might be betting against him right now. He is the -300 favorite to win that match, and there is no knockouts. I'm going to be playing knockout on that. You got Tisha Pennington and Denis Gomes. That's going to be a war. Both present things. You got the fat boy fight of the night. You got Josh Hockett, ex-NFL player, versus Max Geminis. So, there's going to be some slobber knocking going on there.
Oh, yeah.
You have the canceled fight. But I kind of like the Hyder Emil and Jamal Emmers fight. That's going to be a little fun. Chris Leroy Duncan, Marco Tulio. Oh, boy, that's going to be a war. And then, you got Chris Padilla. You got Gabriel's brother Ismail, right? So he's one of the. I can't believe his DFS price. They got that boy at 9,200 or something like that. I'm like, bro, I don't trust you. I don't trust you for that 9,200. So, and then we got some other things that we got, but we'll be covering the rest of those fights for that. Let's get to it though, man. I'm ready for some Vegas 111. Bonfim versus Brown. Let's cover the first fight. Let's get to it. Miles John versus Daniel Marcos. Dan, talk about it.
All right, I'm going to cover Marcos first, man. He's 4-1-0-1 since 2023. Looking to get back on track after losing his last fight. He's very active striker with good hands and quick combinations. He'll use his teep kicks and leg kicks to set up his punches and his combinations. He's not a great grappler, but he can defend the takedown. Johns, he's 6-4-0-1 since joining the UFC in 2019, and he's currently on a 2-fight losing streak. He has natural physical strength, and he should use that to his advantage and wrestle Marcos. John's going to look to press his opponent against the cage, throw short strikes and elbows on the break. He'll have the option to take the fight to the ground if Marcos lets him, and he wants to control this fight, being grappling or cage pushing, man.
And a lot of the things you bring up is the cage pushing. He's going to be more active that, but both of them statistically are very, very similar, other than Marcos being a little more active with the over 5 punches per minute, significant punches, whatever you want to call it. And both of them, well, now Marcos doing that also absorbs more. But since John is not as active, he's only just around 3.5. He's at 3.38 technically, and he absorbs almost 3. So every punch he gets, he's taking a punch. And Marcos is like every 2 punches, he's going to take a punch and a half. So
that's because Johns likes to get in deep and clinch. So he's getting hit. He's getting hit a little bit more.
So that's the thing about it. And people cannot put it past Johns. Do you think John's pathway to victory is to get Marcos off his feet then?
Yeah, I think it's push him against the cage, clinch with him, throw those short strikes, just the Muay Thai clinch, short strikes, and as soon as the ref breaks it up, throw those elbows on the break.
I agree with that. Now, when you look at some of the other numbers, you got Marcos as the overall knockout percentage, a 47% chance of a knockout right now. And per the 15 minutes, Marcos does have an average of a half knockdown. So I think it's possible he knocks him down. This fight, let's hit the numbers real quick because the numbers always tell a story. Distance, yes, is a negative 280. No is a plus 210. Knockout, plus 280. Points, negative 290. Now, I was looking at this fight, doing all the research, and everything is pointing to distance. So I get that. So knockout and points for Marcos is a negative 180. The decision no bet is a negative 215. That's a great fight. If you're looking for a finish and it goes the distance, you get your money back. Definitely going to play that one. Money line distance, yes, for Marcos is a 101. But a first and second round knockout for Marcos is a plus 550. So the knockouts themselves are kind of high, but the knockout for the round is really low. So when I see like a knockout overall for both fighters at like 900, that means that the sportsbooks do not think it's going to happen. When I see a 280, that makes me more, gets me more invested. Over to the Miles Johns side. Money line, distance, yes, because I think if Johns does win this fight, it's by distance, is a plus 212. Love it. Decision, no bet, plus 164 if you want some under action. Knockout and points is a plus 170. Again, you're getting all these positives right now. So this is practically a safe fight. His knockout straight up, Miles Johns' knockout straight up is a 950. You could put 25% of a unit down on that. That's a different thing. So, and I have the under. The 2.5 rounds is a plus 240. Dan, who do you got winning?
I got Marcos winning by decision, man.
All right, we got that. We got that in there. So I also am going to take Marcos, but for some reason, because we hit some the third round minute? No, second round minute.
Yeah.
Last week when we hit that, I'm addicted. The fourth minute of any round knockout or any round for Daniel Marcos to win, the fourth minute is a plus 1100. I'm just gonna take that because here's the path, dude. What do you think about that? Let's get your thoughts on that one.
In what, the fourth minute you said of
it's
any
the fourth
round?
minute of any round. Fourth
Any
minute
round.
of any round.
I mean, I think it could work, but neither of these guys carry a lot of power, man.
Yeah.
And both these guys are on kind of like losing streaks right now. So I think they're going to want to prove something. So especially Johns. Johns has something to prove. I think he's actually fighting for his UFC life in this fight.
Okay, and you are correct with that. You brought up the 2 losses recently. I think Miles Johns is fighting. That's going to make a thing. I think this fight could go distance. That's why we have the money line and distance, yes, on both of those, just to give you a coverage. So if you are going to get a little crazy, play the fourth minute. You could throw a half unit on that. go ahead and take the money line distance, yes, on the Marcos side with the plus 101. Run it back with, let's do, you could even do the decision no bet with Miles Johns. So that way, if you feel like if Johns gets that finish, then you get a little money. If he doesn't and Marcos wins because of the volume, then at least you know you'll get your money back and you don't have to worry about the decision. Any other questions about that, you'll have to get over to Dr. Roto, use code word WIN, get a percentage off your subscription. Either choose the Discord only or use the whole site. There's tons of articles and betting articles. My betting article hit today for Thursday Night Football tonight. We will have a DFS lineup for the UFC this weekend. Thursday Night Football tonight. I already have it written here. And, of course, the Parlay of Pain will come at the end. This fight did not make the Parlay of Pain. But the Parlay of Pain, you got scared. You got scared to get on the Parlay of Pain.
I mean, this was one of those cards we were just searching for a third fight to talk about, bro.
Yeah. And really, you brought up the Marcos Miles John fight. That was a really cool one to bring up. I didn't really, there was so much, like you said, we could have did it, but we didn't want to do Salikov and Medic. Yeah. That's like, we know something's happening in that. That might be a little thing. But let's get to that next fight. Let's roll it along. Oh boy, we got our boy Ricky Simon. Ooh yeah, versus Ronnie Barcelos.
Oh man, about it. I thought we were doing Schnell versus Morales.
Oh, well. Oh, I did say that. No, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it then. Dan, talk about it. I got
All
you.
right. So we're going to talk about Schnell versus Morales then. Morales, he's on a 5-fight winning streak, and he's the Ultimate Fighter 33 winner. He blends his crisp boxing, snappy jab, and good grappling to dictate where the fight is going to take place. Using his pace, accuracy, and sharp counter punches, that will be his plan of attack today. And he's fighting Schnell, and Schnell is the more advanced fighter because he's in the back half of his career. So Schnell was 1-3 in his last 4 fights, and he's been finished twice in those 3 losses, man. But he is a slick submission specialist, and he has 5 UFC victories in that fashion. He mixes in sharp jabs and leg kicks to set up his clinch to take you down. He'll use his experience, grappling, and clinch work to control this fight.
Oh, yeah, man. And another thing about the Matt Schnell and Joseph Morales fight is no one's really giving Schnell a chance at all. When you go to the distance on this fight, it's a -215. When you look at how the fight's going to end, they actually think a tap's going to happen. The knockout's a +310. The sub is a +110. Man, I could go with one of those in a minute. Morales is huge right now. You get a first and second round submission +230. Whereas the knockouts are high. Like, Schnell doesn't even have anything. His knockout for first and second round is a 2,200. You know what? Yeah. I'll play that. I will put a half unit on that because 50 cents is going to win $11, people. That $11 will get you DFS lineups this week. And we can make you our rich friend, man. But even Schnell's submissions are 1,000 and a 1,300. So when I look at all of that, that lets me know immediately. Plus Schnell, +310, decision, no bet. And then you have Morales, -460, decision, no bet. So this fight is clearly going under. The total rounds is under 2.5. They put that at -156. But that -215, I feel, is a little safer if you need the rest of that third round to actually get a chokeout or finish for this fight, man. But overall, I love the knockout submission for Morales. It's a -130. I don't think this fight's going the distance at all. Morales is going to be my pick. Dan, who do you got winning?
I got Morales by 3rd round ground and pound TKO.
Woo! Morales, the 3rd round. Dude, that's going to be so inflated because they got all the money. So 3rd round knockout, +2,000. +2,000. That is crazy. Like, I'm writing that down to play that because I am all about that. So, that being said, I love the whole fact on that. We already got it. The knockout's going to get you. Play that 3rd round. Why don't you pop back out and then also get also get the sub. Let's do the first and second round sub plus 230. That gives you right there, gives you a wipe. And then you have your third round sub plus 2,000. Because the second third is also a plus 420. You could smoke that bet. Every time we say smoke that bet, it happens, right? It does.
Right.
So
It
smoke
does.
that bet. So let's go winning minute. So I'm going to say, since you did the third round, I'm going to say 2 minutes into the third round, he will nail him. The second minute of any round for Morales win is a plus 550. And also the second minute of round, I have to open it up right now. The second minute of round 3 is plus 2,700. If we can nail the second minute, third round submission, we will have a plus 2,000, a plus 70, a 27, a plus 420, and negative 180. We're going to have so much because I'm telling you, Morales is going to win this fight. And if you don't feel that way, then you better just play the distance, no distance, and then hope for the best because you'll make your money at least with that if you do not believe us. But man, dude, that's going to be a hell of a fight. Do you like either one of those fighters?
I like Morales. I'm not a fan of Schnell. I think he's sleepy a lot of the time. He takes rounds off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a fan of him.
I'm throwing in those bets now, man. I don't even care. We're rolling on those because this is what we do. Like, people are just saying we're crazy that we're just throwing money away. Maybe we are, but guess what? We don't have to throw a lot of money away when you get those odds. Look, if you have a $10, if $10 is your unit, then just throw $2 on it. You're gonna win $49. Like, why not? It's just throw it. You don't always have to be a big baller, people. You can just throw little bets, and you can just hedge it out. Because that's where round robining can get expensive, but round robining can also save your ass too.
Yeah.
Woo! Well, since for some reason I named all these fights and I wrote down Ricky Simon and the Rouhani Barcelos fight, we'll give out those numbers real quick. The distance, yes, is a negative 205. Knockout 230, plus 230. Points, negative 220. This fight's supposed to go the distance. Under 2.5 is a plus 182. Money line distance on the Barcelos side is money line distance, yes, plus 230. And knockout first and second round, plus 550. Decision, no bet, negative 166. On the Ricky Simon side, the Ricky Bobby Simon side, we're going to go home Bobby right now. Decision, no bet, plus 130. Knockout in points, negative 155. Money line in distance, plus 122. Distance, no, is a plus 156 on this fight. But here, I just had to get crazy with this. Third minute of any round for Barcelos is a 1,300 win. I'm going to throw a quarter of a unit on that. The third minute of round 1 of any round for Ricky Simon is plus 1,800. I feel Ricky Simon is going to knock out Barcelos in this fight. Do you think I'm nuts?
No. Ricky Simon's good, man. He's good. I'm a fan, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to knock him out, though.
Yeah, and I know, so why I'm thinking this is because of Barcelos is just an all-around athlete.
Yeah.
But Simon's back is so nastily cut with his name written on the back, Simon, that the last few times that he's been out there in the octagon, that's all we've seen as we were winning money. Because Simon has won us a lot of money over the year. So for me, I got to continue that. I just think that he's going to hit Barcelos and he's going to knock him down. And all it's going to take is for him to mount him long enough with that size and that back, hiding most of Barcelos, that he's going to be able to get that ground and pound on him. And I feel that happens in the third minute of any round, It's a little bit of action I want to take. I feel that fight with those numbers, it's also going to help. It's part of the parlay of pain, this fight. And that's why I just wanted to cover it. So you guys got 4 fights. You guys got 4 fights, man. I love it, man. Who do you got? What did that fight anyway?
I got Simon winning that fight. I think it goes decision, though.
All right, money line, plus 182. 122. So be safe with Dan. And if you want to get wild and crazy and a bit with me, oh yeah, we're going to be right in the 3rd minute plus 1,800. Yeah. Woo! Dude, it'd be so crazy just to nail all these, and then all these people just out here like, hey, who's the Fight Club of Pain? Why do they keep making fun of us in this stupid little weird voice? And I'm just going to say, because y'all don't got the nuts to pull the trigger. And when I say that so much is people don't know that's actually a Spice One verse. And because it's always stuck in my head. Everybody's talking about beating their chest, saying it with their chest. On Planet Painbringer, Spice One's a part of Planet Painbringer, and he's been one of the biggest, his music has been one of the baddest pain-bringing musics I've ever heard. If you don't know Spice One, just go check Strap on the Side. If you don't know Spice One, go check Jealous Got Me Strapped with Tupac, or Hard to Kill with Method Man, or the multiple, he made 2 CDs with MC8, full CDs, and he's got a song on one of those called Revenge, right? And just everything he talks about, it's just crazy. Like he's got this song, Thuggin' Me. And I've always loved this song. And one of the verses is, baby, we cool if they roll up on the caddy. And I'm like, yo, like he just don't care. So we are aggressive here. This is what we do. We talk fight theory. We think about it. We try to attack a finish. We are safe. We like to hedge. That's what the other stuff is for. You get that in the Subs Only Discord at Dr. Roto. And, of course, with the 5-tastic picks or soup can article, you get that. But on this show, we talk about how we can make big money. That's what we do. That's what we've done all year. And that's what we're going to continue to do, man. I'm excited, dude. Dan sometimes it's like, wow, wildness. All right, brother, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to the main event. In this corner, we got Gabriel Bonfim. In this corner, we've got Randy Brown. Dan, defend your fighter.
All right, man. Randy Rude Boy Brown. He's riding a hot streak right now, winning 4 of his last 5 fights, including a performance of the night bonus in his last fight, a brutal knockout of Nicholas Dalby. He knocked him out. He knocked him out cold.
Yeah, he did.
He always leads the fight with his strong, long, straight jab, setting up his hooks and combos to the body. He uses his front teep kick and other body kicks to wear down his opponents constantly. He's going to need to be in top 4 to defend takedown attempts from Bonfim, because that's what Bonfim's going to throw at him. Randy Brown is the better boxer, and his body work will be the difference in this fight.
Let me talk about my boy, Gabriel Bonfim, the Marentia, whatever how you ever say that, of the world. He comes from the Bonham Brothers Academy. This man is 18-1, 13 subs. We got 3 knockouts. We got 2 decisions. This is an easy thing. Going back to his last fight against Wonderboy Thompson, you sat there and thought Wonderboy won. He did win the striking exchange. He did win everything. And for some reason, the judges weren't in a damaged mood that day, because my boy Bonfim was able to control him and keep him on the mat when needed, not be able to get the sub, which is kind of crazy. But a little bit of research on the Brown side of things, I've seen that this guy has actually, on top of knocking out the man that knocked out Bonfim, Dalby, this man has also been choked out by not by Bonfim. Soon he will be. Not by Bonfim, but he has been rear naked choked multiple times in his career. He has given up his neck multiple times in his career. I think that spells disaster for your client. What do you think?
I agree with you. I do. I agree with you. I'm not going to argue that fact. I mean, Randy Brown, when it hits the ground, he's basically done. He has a good takedown defense, but once it hits the mat, his jiu-jitsu is not good enough, and he submits most of the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that he has a lot of those. And that's what really, really drove me to a lot of these betting numbers. I'll run through them real quick, so people better be listening fast. And we are live. If you got questions, hit it up. All right, let's get to it. Distance, no, negative 310. Knockout, plus 175. Sub, plus 135. On the under 2.5 rounds is a negative 108. If you can get third round start, fourth round start. So in the last fight, again with Garcia, I put fifth round starting, no. Fourth round starting, no. Third round starting, no. I just went all in on a lot of that because that's extra money, people. Yes, you lose it if it happens. It wasn't going to happen, as we saw. So with that being said, we'll get back to that. So we got knockout on the Brown side at plus 300. Decision no bet plus 194. Randy Brown, when I go back to that Wonder Boy fight, there was quite a few times that Bonfim was a little scared and was running and had to go to the grapple to get away from the striking of Wonder Boy. What do you think about that, man? Do you think that is definitely a key? Do you think it can work out for him?
I think if Bonfim's dumb enough to actually stand with Randy Brown this whole fight and not attempt to take him down, then Randy Brown has a good chance of knocking him out.
Yeah.
But if he sticks to his game plan and takes it to the ground, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like you were saying earlier, boxer, wrestler, stuff like that. We'll run through money line and distance, no for Brown, 252 plus. Knockout, first, second, third round, plus 500. Knockout and sub for Brown, to plus 290. Everything is positive. If you don't got enough to play it one, or you're scared to play one, you could play it all. But then you got to run it back with all this too so that you make the money, because you're going to make money. We are purposely giving you positive bets so that you're covered. And then you figure out the side. So, Bonfim's side, knockout and sub, negative 120. Ooh. Sub, second, third, and fourth round, plus 340. Sub, plus 165. Decision, no bet, negative 260. Moneyline distance, no, is a negative 122. And he's got a knockout of plus 470 overall. So I don't know if Bonfim, he could get a grounded pound. That's worth a quarter, 25% of a unit. You could throw that in for the plus 470. Dan, who you got winning?
I got Bonfim winning by decision.
Oh, all right. Bonfim by decision, which is a plus 210. It parlayed. Oh God, it's a plus 413. It's a plus 413. That is crazy. That's great numbers because nobody thinks that this is going to go. So if it does go the distance and this fight does go down, that could actually benefit the Brown side because of him being active as that. But if we get that control, because there's no way he's going to be able to keep Bonfim off him unless he knocks him out for 5 rounds. So if that control time does take over, that does give that. Let's throw out the Randy Brown over too. Wait a minute. Oh, dude. So we have another broken fight. So we have a plus 210 and a plus 146 equaling a plus 395 on FanDuel. Hi, FanDuel. How you doing? Now, Bonfim's side, a negative 188 and a plus 210 is a plus 413. Like, is it every week we find this? And so
you find them every week.
I literally find the broken parlay every single week. It may not win. It may win. But now at this point, I don't even want to play the Brown side because you're going to make more money on the favorite side because the parlay is broke once again. Oh man, they're so. Please don't suspend my account ever, please. I'll find a way. But at some point, they just need to be like, hey, heat override. Just go over the UFC fights. We will pay you a little bit of money. We'll give you a code that you can use so people could join under that, and just find the broken fight, dude.
Yeah,
Find it, man, dude. I just can't. I can't even with these guys.
It's crazy.
It's like, who's making these numbers up? The negative and positive should never be more than the positive and positive. It doesn't happen.
It's impossible. It doesn't work. It doesn't work out.
Dude, and then DraftKings is over here rolling in their damn Discord trying to get everybody, like, dude, I'd be watching it, right? And DraftKings people will be like, yeah, man, what bet are you playing? Right? And then everybody's like, yeah, man, knockout. And then I go to this site, and then the knockout's dropping because people are betting it. And DraftKings is over there just pushing it on. They're like the ringmaster in their little Discord. I watch it. I don't ever say anything. But I love DraftKings too because, you know, DFS-wise, they're the superior site to FanDuel for the UFC. But they are way more contests, way more options, just way more. So
yeah, but FanDuel's math isn't mathing right now. Like, the math isn't mathing.
They lost too much money on that fight last week. The guy was like, I don't know what to do, and they're like, dude, make it right. So he's over here just messing numbers up, Math. They didn't watch Sesame Street growing up. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, no parlay for you. So it's like only on the Fight Club of Pain will you get a count.
Yeah.
A count. After Halloween. You expected this last week, people, but it just happened this week. Because live, we find glitches. And we like to take advantage of those glitches. If you want to rhyme that for you. All right, man. Before we talk a little bit about this and what's going on, let me throw out the showdown slate for tonight's Thursday night game. You want to hit this one up. Captain, Pat Bryant, I'm going in. I love this guy. He's a rookie. Everybody loves this guy. This is the X in Sean Payton's offense. He has been coming on. I recently saw that Devon Vele is starting to come into some discussions. You know what? I don't care about that. Give me 2 catches by Bryant. Give me 1 touchdown. If I can get a 35-yard touchdown with Pat Bryant, that will justify his captainism. We're going to get Bowers. We're going to get Bo Nix. We're going to get Cortland Sutton. We're going to get Ashton Gianti. And we're going to get Will Lutz because we are stacking the Broncos. The Broncos are going to dismantle the Raiders. But I do like my Bowers, and I do like my Gianti plays because Gianti is going to have to catch some balls out of the backfield, and he's practically getting all the snap share back there. So that's a DFS lineup. I know you're not watching that game, right?
I can't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't.
Oh boy. Well, you don't have Prime? You don't have Prime?
Oh yeah, I can watch Prime. I thought for some reason I'm thinking it's ESPN again.
Yeah. Which actually, since I upgraded on the ESPN with the Disney Plus package, I have been getting all the football games a lot easier. They're just giving me all to me now. So I really like that. That's the way it should have been for a long time. This fishing or having to go. What I did for a long time is I would just go throw in a 10-cent bet. Well, of course, I put in more bets when it's live. But if you ever wanted to watch a football game, you can still do this. You just have to put a 10-cent bet live on the game on either FanDuel or DraftKings, and then you can watch it. However, I will say I think they were listening to me the one day, and I went to DraftKings and I put 10 cents in just to get the game because I already had the bets done, and it wouldn't work. So I had to put a 20-cent bet in, and they're like, bro, you're not watching the game for free, bro. You got to throw another 20 cents on this game. But you ain't paying nobody. Win, lose, or draw, you're getting the game for free. So, you know, I'm just that guy. I look for fun little easy things to make the things happen.
There you go.
Like those parlays. I just stumble across them. It is. So about this card, you don't think so if Bonfim wins this, he's getting a lot of push. Do you think it's going to push him up the welterweight division at all? Now, I'm not saying a title
I don't know.
shot.
I don't know. I don't see Randy Brown as a threat to anybody in the top 10 in the welterweight division.
Okay. So then,
So,
do you see Bonfim as a threat?
he in my book he needs a bigger win than Randy Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he did beat Wonder Boy, which I
Yeah.
think he lost that fight.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think he needs like a top 8 win to him to be considered one of the best welterweights right now.
And right now, a lot of those guys are actually going to be fighting each other, man. Because we got Edwards versus Prates. We got Michael Morales, Sean Brady. You know, you got Bilal Muhammad now against Ian Machado Gary. Like, I like Bonfim, even Rachmanov. Like, all those names, Joaquin Buckley. Like, I could just take Buckley out, actually. And I could take Kamaru
Buckley's
Usman out.
good. Buckley's good.
Yeah, he
Usman's
is. He
good.
is.
But,
He just got a win for us last time, too.
yeah, I mean, those guys are good. I don't see Bonfim as a threat to any of those guys you named.
Yeah, but I would say, like, Colby Covington, if he could just shut his mouth and go fight, I could see that fight happening. You know
Yeah.
what fight I might see him fight? Gilbert Burns.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that, and I can see the Colby Covington fight.
Yep. Because I don't know if you want to put him in with Jeff Neal. I don't think that really does stuff. Daniel Rodriguez might be more of a fun fight for me, and I'm not worried about Mike Malott right now because Mike Malott, we like you, guy. You're too nice. You're too nice. So that's why you're 15th. If you would have just went after dude Holland, you'd have just finished Holland, and instead of feeling bad that you kicked him in the nuts twice, then we could have had some issues. But hey, but I agree with you. I don't think anybody out in that top 9 is a good matchup for him. I would need to see him against Burns or Covington, period, before I make that next match. And that next match would have to come after that because honestly, he would have to, in my opinion, and if anybody's got something to say it. He would have to beat Burns or Covington and then beat Buckley. I think he has to beat Buckley.
I do too. I do too. I think everybody going up that ladder has to beat Buckley because if you don't, I think Buckley is the most dangerous man in that division because he has that one punch, lights out power. Mm-hmm. So,
I agree. I agree with that. But as far as like him, I don't think he can beat JDM. I don't think he's gonna beat Machekev. I don't think he's gonna beat him. You literally have now anything can happen in a fight, but your strong suit is his God mode.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. They're like the top 5 guys in this division. Mm-hmm. Their average day, like the day that they're being average, is Bonfim's best day.
I feel bad too. We're sitting there like that, but like we're gonna have some problems next week when we talk about the Michael Morales and Sean Brady fight. We've already
I love that fight. I love that fight.
I'm going. I said it last week or 2 weeks ago that I won so much money on that Morales fight, man. Oh, dude. I that was the one time when they say bet the house, I bet everything on my sports book on Morales knockout. And he nailed that. And I was like, woo! Woke up to some love on that one. But, you know, the thing about a lot of these fights and what's going on is these are all setting up. A lot of people can see, unless you're not a UFC enthusiast, they do gear these events towards fights. So even though the Bonfim fight may not be big for the welterweight, next week we have so much welterweight action. It's all a story with the UFC, and I'm enthralled. I'm reading it. I'm following it, and I don't care about last week's black guy. To me, look, that's going to happen. It can happen in any sport, as we said. But for me, I'm passed on. I moved on. I don't care about the money at this point. If they want to do something or whatnot, give me my 10-leg parlay and go, hey, heat override. We owe this to you. That's great. But if not, I don't care. I'm moving on. I want to see this next week, this next fight. And next week provides so much of that, man. So much of that.
That card is so stacked. So stacked.
Yeah. We were go on.
Like top to bottom, from the early prelims to the main event, it's just every fight is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you and this is where you're saying this is where the number one pound for pound fighter Islam Makhachev can retake his number one spot if he's able to solve JDM.
Yep.
But JDM showed that he wasn't going to be scared against Muhammad, or I called him Muhammad, Bilal Muhammad. We saw that he's scared, and actually, like we were talking about last week, that was a great exercise, a great fight leading up to the Makhachev fight. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I do. But Bilal Muhammad is good. He is not on the level of Makhachev or Khabib.
Yes.
Makhachev is the next Khabib. We all know that. It's his trainer. He lived with him. His dad trained him. Those guys are killers.
Like,
literal killers. But JDM's special, man. He is.
Yeah.
I just think he's special.
You really like him, man. You really like him.
I do. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah, and you have said that. And what I really like about that and like what you're doing with that is you do stick to your thing. Like, people do have favorite fighters. We all see things differently. So when you it's not wrong that you don't want to see JDM retained. I do. Sometimes you just got to feel like, hey, Makhachev is just the bad guy at this point. He's Darth Vader. He has to lose at some point.
My thing is, I love these Dagestani fighters. Like, I talk about them. I talk about them every week. Like, I love those fighters. Their style is just unrelenting, and I absolutely love it. But
and go on.
It's almost like Khabib versus Conor at this point for me.
Yeah,
like it's almost like part. It's almost like part two with Makhachev and JDM.
So that being said, do you feel that when Makhachev gets this belt, he's going to try to move up again and go after Topuria? Or do you think that he's going to take another fight? Maybe if Morales does beat Brady, or
he would have to go. He would have to go back down to fight Topuria.
Oh yeah.
Or Topuria would have to go. Topuria would have to go up.
Yeah. I don't think Topuria goes up right now. I think he stays in that division. But I think we talked about that division too, right?
And I think Topuria is pretty small to go up to 170.
Yeah. He's probably gonna have to stay where he's at for now. So that's his thing. But so, do you think that Makhachev is gonna stay in this division? That this is a stacked division. This could be a very good division to own, because if he owns this division, it could put him in the talks of being the greatest of all time.
Well, if he does win next week, I would love to see a Makhachev Usman fight.
Okay.
At 170, because that's something we didn't get to see. We didn't get to see Usman and Khabib at 170. So
you're just like, give me that fight now, but in another form.
Yeah, give me that fight.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. Well, people are here for some of the betting stuff. So let's get to the DFS lineup for the UFC event this week. I got Gabriel Bonfim. I got Barcelos. Now, of course, I did say Ricky Simon's going to knock him out. This was a lineup that I did throw in for Tuesday. So I will be giving you the DFS hero. That's what I've been doing over here. And then also looking at my football lineup. I will give you a DFS hero lineup as well. So we got Gabriel Bonfim, Barcelos, Morales, Emil, Salikov, and Marcos. I think that gives you a solid 50-50 lineup right there. That could definitely get you some action. Now, let's take it to our guy, DFS Hero. If you use code word DOC, you can get a use of their tools. They have some great optimizers. we have optimizers as well too. They have a UFC optimizer. So sorry about that, people. And so for the UFC side of things, as I pull this up right now, so that y'all get that. And then after this, I will be giving out the parlay of pain, and then you get to say how crazy I am. And let's go to the MMA. Boom. This is all live, people. This is what we got. So this is DraftKings right here, and we're gonna build it, and then maybe we'll talk about it. So we got Bonfim, Emil, Hakic, Tulio, Barcelos, and Tisha and Pennington. I actually like that lineup right there. Tisha Pennington, number 13, fighting Denise Gomes, probably gonna go the distance. Might be able to rack up some points and get some points down. I really like that. You see how the simulators thought Barcelos was going to be in there? Boom, nailed it. Of course, Tulio was switched out for Marcos, so I do like the Tulio fight as well too. So because I think that's a little chaotic for a DFS slate, so you might want to stay away from that. But I still love that lineup, man. What do you think about those two lineups? They're just some wild stuff, or?
Yeah, I really like the parlay of pain this week. I thought the one you just generated was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Tisha Torres or Pennington or whatever her name is now. She's married to what's her face, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy because she's not a good fighter, man.
Yeah. So a lot of
she's
people.
Not.
The picks wise, everybody's kind of on the fence with that one, but they do feel that Gomes can finish her because of the power. Not finish her, but might be able to do more damage. And in front of the Vegas eyes, that kind of is a big thing for them. So let's get to the parlay of pain. Ooh, yeah.
You had a little fun last week, Heat Override. Back to the 3-2, but you had a little stooge in that lineup. This week we're going for winners. Yeah.
We got Zachary Reese starting off the card, whooping some ass. Money line, -300. Josh Hockett, knockout for both, -180, brings the parlay of pain. 2-leg up to +107. We got Simon, no distance. I'm just taking it. I'm taking it. +156 brings the parlay of pain up to +430. I got Tulio, right? Knockout, both +110. Parlay of pain, +1015. 1,015, 4 legs. Let's get to the fifth line. Bonfim, no distance, -290, +1399. Round robin that, cover your ass, and make sure you get the Dr. Roto and check out the money line parlay that I've hit. I think last week I was a perfect 6-0. As I said, I went 9-0 for the first 9 fights. Last week I missed one. The previous week I had a 5-leg hit. So, and a 4-leg. So the money line parlays are hitting, giving us enough cash to play the rest of the night so that we could spend some of that money until they take the sport line, the lines away. And then you're like, oh, hey, I don't have that anymore. And then I'm going to throw in a showdown slate on DraftKings for tonight from the DFS hero. So you can't just say I'm crazy. Nix is the captain. Gianti, Bowers, Engram, Beck, and Franklin. I do like the Beck. Beck's probably going to get a lot more play than Bryant, but I went with Bryant. If you want to get froggy, you can put Beck at the captain spot. That'll free up a little bit. But for me, that's too many Raiders on a team that's going to get whooped up. I'd rather come off of somebody, move things around, and try to get to the Broncos defense, because I think the Broncos defense has a chance. After Geno Smith threw 3 interceptions, Kenny Pickett should be in there. And
yikes. No one wants that.
one of those interceptions is going back. They don't need it, man. They are totally good, man. Well, I love it, man. We got everything talked about. Everything's covered. Is there anything you wanted to talk about as well, too, Dan?
No, man. We were covering. Next week's gonna be fun, man. Next week is gonna be fun.
Dude. So we'll be on at 7:00 p.m. Like always. We will be covering more than 5 fights. Dan wants to actually do a small walkthrough on some of the fights. So maybe like the way I did the walkthrough today, we're just going to do a fast version. And then when we get to the main card, we will cover the 5 fights, maybe 6 fights. We will cover 5 fights straight up. You will get all of the bets. You will get all of the fight theory and everything that we do, because that's what we want to give to all of you. We don't just say we're the UFC sheriffs for a reason. We're not out here trying to solve last week's dilemma. We're trying to solve the sport books so that we can win all of you money to make up for last week.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I guarantee you're not going to see anyone cover the Miles Jones fight like we did.
No. And at the same time, they're not going to just be like, hey, this is going to go the distance. By the way, the fourth minute of any round plus 1,100 should make us some penny. But the funny thing is when it happens, then we could just come back next week and just whoop, drop that mic. But just watch it, people. We do hit some massive, massive things. We don't need inside intel. We are inside intel. All right, Dan. Thank you. What's that?
I was going to say that's what that's what studying fights is, man. You learn the do's and don'ts of this game. So, and I think we're getting pretty good at it.
We are. We have developed a great system. And even we tweaked it. We tweaked this a few times, and that really worked out for us. Like it made things flow a little faster. At first, I was running a lot of the bets live, which was taking time. And then, you just started out, so you were getting associated with that. We had that one episode where I kept getting dropped by my internet, and it was just cutting everything, dropping you. Just things were just happening.
That one was bad. That was bad.
We still had some good hits on that one, but we can't control the internet. But we've put it together, and we have this show, and I hope that everybody does enjoy the show, because we do thank you all for watching. We thank you for being part of this, man. All right, Dan, when am I going to see you next?
I have no idea. They haven't told me. They haven't told me a damn thing.
We got to go ask the bosses. Ask the bosses. Well, I know that the one boss fights on the 22nd in Batavia, New York, but there's also a dinner that night. So that's a championship dinner. So there's only a limited amount of people that can go. Gotcha. So I don't know if it'll be that weekend because of that. That might be out.
They were talking about the day after Thanksgiving.
You are right. You are right. So I got to go in, take care of my garbage, and then I'll be free. I heard you have off.
I have off. I'm off.
So we're not going to be Black Friday shopping. We're going to be Black Friday driving to make our daughters happy.
That's right.
That's what we are first and foremost. We're family men. We're workers. We come home. We watch fights. We are fighters, and we try to do the best for all of you. All right, buddy. Thank you again. Good luck to your Steelers this week. They got a hard game.
Woo! Sunday night.
Woo!
I'm tired of these night games.
Especially a Monday, man. Nobody wants to go into a Monday all sleepy after their team gets whooped up or their team does some whooping.
Right? Right?
Yeah. So the whole Aaron Rodgers and Steeler football games just are wild. Like, you guys are just 5 heart attacks in a game. I can't deal with that as a Rams fan.
Yeah. It's every game. Every game's a nail biter.
Every game you are not allowed to rest as a Steelers fan. You are just literally stressed the whole time.
Yeah, you're on the edge of your seat, and I drink way more than I should during the game.
Oh, boy. That's why we love it. Let's get to it. Let's win some money this week, people. Thanks again, Dan. Have a great day. Always remember to bring the pain.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well